Hi there, I'm Slorgs, everyone's favourite bold Project Reality YouTuber, and I'm here to give you the top 5 reasons you should start playing Project Reality today, going in reverse order from 5 to 1, because f*** you, just kidding. Or am I? Coming in at number 5, it's free. Life is expensive. As a man who spends his entire paycheck on rent, food and bills, I know this all too well. Fortunately, liking this video and hitting the subscribe button is free. Coincidentally, Project Reality is also completely free. Don't give up, sir. I have gifts in the form of drugs. Of course, just because it's free doesn't mean it's good. I could go lick a hospital and contract every disease under the sun without paying a penny. But the point is, the barrier to entry is very low. You can find out whether you like the game without investing a single dime, which is something no other tactical shooter can currently offer. Number 4, it runs on everything. Project Reality is old, like 18 years old, and it's a mod for a game that's even older than that. There will be people in the comments who won't have even been born when PR started development. A lot of people use this as an argument against the game, claiming it's simply too old and too jank to get into now, and that you're better off jumping into Squad or Arma 3 instead. Before you take the advice of those people, remember this one very important fact. They're brainless monkey men who enjoy shitting in the shower. Yes, the game doesn't look incredible by modern standards, but it runs on pretty much any computer made in the last 25 years. I have a pretty up-to-date gaming rig that costs nearly £3,000. As a part-time YouTuber, this was unfortunately a requirement in order to make one Squad video. As of course, to play most modern tactical shooters, you will need something similar to the NASA supercomputer just to get past the loading screen. Project Reality will run just fine on pretty much whatever you have right now. If what you have is 2 potatoes taped together with a HDMI cable plugged into the back, that should get you at least medium graphics. This is of course a huge positive, as it creates a much more inclusive gaming experience with a lower barrier to entry. This, combined with the fact the game is free, gives you absolutely no excuse to at least give PR a solid try. Number 3, the shooting and deviation mechanics. I know, I can see the comments already. Slorgs, I love you and your massive muscles and sexy beard, but the shooting is absolutely the worst part of this game. It's just so unrealistic. I hear you. You hate being a slave to the 2 white bars at the bottom of your screen. I understand, and to you I say, stop speaking to me, you brainless monkey man. The deviation mechanic in Project Reality is one of the best parts of the entire game, and is nearly impossible to find in any other shooter. For those of you who don't know, the idea of deviation is to add variance to where the bullet you fire actually is going to go, meaning just because your crosshair is on the target doesn't always mean your round will go there. Wow, he disappeared in a puff of smoke. In most games, this is represented by some form of weapon sway or scope movement, where the deviation is visible. In PR, this is represented by 2 white bars to the bottom of your screen. When the bars are very far apart, your rounds are going to go all over the place. When the bars come together and kiss, mwah, your bullets will land exactly where you're pointing, because love helps you focus and separation forces the mind to wander. This mechanic is no doubt implemented in this way because the game is old and simulating weapon sway deviation in scope is not possible. But it is so much better this way for one very simple reason. With this version, you cannot counteract the deviation by being good at aiming. In a classic game of Squad, or Hell Let Loose, or Battlefield, or pretty much any other shooter aside from Counter-Strike, after coming out of a full sprint, you can pull up your scope, move your crosshair to the enemy's head, and take the shot. Rest assured that your superior aiming has just awarded you a kill. With mechanics like this, all elements of tactical movement, understanding of maps, weapon strengths and weaknesses, and any kind of potential team play or even game pacing have been completely thrown out the window. When shooting after a full sprint, dolphin dive or bunny hopping session is no different than shooting from a completely stationary position if you happen to be good at shooters, you can wave any kind of tactical realism goodbye. This is because any game with in-scope deviation that can be countered by the player's mouse movements instantly becomes infinitely more arcadey, where it is suddenly a viable option to run around completely solo in a run and gun fashion. What up, homie? Games become much more fast-paced, and you never really question whether or not you should take a shot, as regardless of your position or previous actions, you can be pretty sure that your shots will always land. Being forced to consider your deviation makes you more conscious of how you move around the map, which makes you more conscious of how far away you are from your fellow squad. Oh, hey everyone. Which makes you more conscious of how far away you are from your teammates. Hello. Oh my god, I'm being teabagged. It just gets worse and worse. Which makes you more likely to interact with your squad in order to use teamwork to overcome the weaknesses of a one-man army mentality. Right, pick us up. It's the pink smoke.
AR 285. Saved all your lives.
It also rewards the player for moving more tactically, choosing to take more carefully calculated shots from behind cover, and to not simply shoot everything you see, as you simply will not have deviation on your side for every shot. Ex-soldiers of the comments, I know. I've heard it 1,000 times before. You're trained to be able to come out of a full sprint and accurately land shots. I get it. You're a super soldier. But guys, this is not real life. This is a video game. And I personally want my video game to be balanced, enjoyable, and to offer an experience that isn't readily available in real life. Because real life is where taxes are. And I want nothing to do with that. If you want a tactical shooter that doesn't just feel like Call of Duty with no HUD, Project Reality is pretty much your only option. And if anything I've just said appeals to you, I'd strongly recommend giving it a go. You got him? No, you got him, you got him.
Fuck, I need to watch that door.
So for this too.
That's like 6th and dead. Coming in at number 2, the content. This game has been in development for 18 years. You don't make a game consistently for 18 years without putting a load of stuff in it. There are currently 72 maps in Project Reality, along with 28 unique factions and an assortment of APCs, tanks, AA vehicles, jets, attack helicopters, transport helicopters, quad bikes, trucks, and even forklifts. So many, in fact, I can't quite bring myself to count them all. But I've spoken about content before, and the truth is that just because your game has a load of stuff doesn't mean that stuff is good. Thank you. And this is where Project Reality really shines. Play any modern shooter. They will often boast about having a huge selection of weapons and weapon customization. Ground Branch, for example. The sheer volume of weapons you have and stuff you can stick on them is insane. But the reality is that if you're not running the M4 with a hollow sight and a silencer, you might as well not be playing the game. The beauty about the content in Project Reality is that it's all viable, except for maybe the Rifleman AP, but I'm happy to ignore that one misstep. Whether you're sniping, running ammo runs in a Logi truck, covering your squad with a machine gun, or breaching rooms with your Saiga, each kit, every weapon, and every vehicle has its purpose, its own strengths and weaknesses, and can be used effectively to contribute positively to the battle. But it's even better than that. Because there is so much stuff, you could specialize into any one thing and still play the game for years. For example, I spend 90% of my time only doing infantry, even though there are hundreds of vehicles available to learn. If you've ever met this guy, you'll know he only plays sniper and has done since the dawn of time. You'll meet some degenerates who have found their one purpose in life is to make the map look like this. And it actually works. Oh, just walk. Whoa!
Oh, Slog.
Saw that coming.
You just got mine, didn't you?
If you want a game that gives you the option to find your place in it, look no further than PR. Ow! And coming in at number 1, the moment you've all been waiting for, it's the community. Are you a friendless loser who longs for real human connection, but have been unable to find it amongst the smouldering remains of the society that's crumbling around you? You've slowly retracted from the new world you feel no place in. Meanwhile, everywhere you look, social media is grinding the minds of young and old across the globe into dust, creating a culture of division and isolation in a time where we've never been more connected. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. PR is absolutely chocker full of these losers. Hello. So you'll fit right in. It's often said that the best way to make friends is to become a regular at a place. Do something you like with other regulars at that place. Project Reality is built for this. It's like an online club. 90% of players communicate using a microphone, and there are so few servers that you'll likely be playing on the same one every time you join. As will the regular players you'll get to know very well. It's not long before, like me, you stop joining PR to play the game and start joining to chat with all those regular players you've been playing with for years. The community is so good that even when your squad leader tells you that you'll be defending bunkers for 2 hours and gives you the dreaded order to defend the toilets, a job that involves staring at this hole in the roof for the entire game, this can still be a good time. Why? Because you know you're about to record an 8-man podcast with a bunch of people you'll come to call your brothers, who will happily employ the absolute lowest form of comedy you wouldn't dream of speaking aloud anywhere other than defending bunkers in Project Reality.
Yo, slorgs, you missed out what I just did right here. Tactical truck camping, and I just gunned down these two bastards over there.
I went to M&S Food.
Oh yeah.
And they have like
I've smoked it up.
artisan garlic bread and sourdough.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Wow, look at this. Oh, he's going up. Let down your long hair. Oh, okay.
Realistically, how fucked am I that I forgot it's my girlfriend's birthday today?
Yeah.
Wait.
Uber, how long have you been dating her?
2 years.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's pretty rough.
That's pretty
Damn.
I
You
feel
want to
really
know?
bad.
You want to know how I never forget my wife's anniversary? Our anniversary?
You're single.
Because I have it tattooed on my left trap.
Nice.
Anytime I get confused, I just refer to the mirror and look.
He goes, this doesn't make any sense. This dates backwards.
Yeah. And then if I
It's
ever forget her
obscurity.
name, I look on my right trap and then her name is there also. I swear to God.
It's on you.
And this tattoo guy is like, you can just write this stuff down. You don't need to tattoo it to your body permanently. You can. And yes, every now and then you will have to play around with Doosan in your squad. But most of the time, you'll have an enjoyable, inclusive, banter-heavy experience that you genuinely will struggle to find anywhere else. That's my top 5 reasons to start playing Project Reality today. A pretty good list. Did I miss something? Why do you play Project Reality? Let me know in the comments down below so I can ignore you and add you to my list of confirmed brainless monkey men. Because my list is all inclusive and I've never made a mistake in my life. Obviously, if you've made it this far and you haven't liked the video, congratulations, you've also made the Monkey Man list. Other than that, all the best, and I hope to see you in the next one.